What is up, guys? I'm Corey X God19 here, and today I'll be telling a story about what happened when we went to the public park about 2 weeks ago. So, it's a Friday, 2 weeks, hanging out, just playing some games with the boys, and then out of nowhere, I just hear yelling at my name, telling that we're gonna go to the park. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I get off. So I get offline, and then I'm going, and we get to the park and we're walking, and the park's like 5 minutes away, so it's not really a long walk. So like we're there, and then I'm just thinking it's gonna be us, but of course, naive me, it's like 77 degrees outside, so everybody's there. The park is full, so I'm like, I'll just play with my siblings. Then I see one of my old friends from like second grade, so I'm like, I would go talk to my friend. You guys stay safe, and then and then they're like over there just playing some Among Us in real life, like whatever they do. That's weird. So so I'm there, and then I go on the swing for a second, and then I see somebody, and like they stroll up like they're a big shot, even though they're like half my size. Like I'm 4 foot, and they're like 2 foot. They they're like really short and not strong at all. And I realize, as it gets closer, I realize that that's one of my friends, Landon. He was on my football team, and he usually got benched all the time. Or he played wide receiver. He just never got the ball thrown to him. So yeah, and then oh yeah, and then I go on the swing for a second to go say hi to Landon. Then Landon's like, Mason, you want to hang out with the cool kids? And I'm like, what cool kids? I'm already hanging out with the cool kids, my friends. And then they're like, no, us. And then I see some kids that like I saw down the neighborhood. They're like weird. They're like the weirdest people in my neighborhood. Like they're honestly just weird. Like one time I was walking home from school with one of my friends, and then I see like them jumping out of a trash can. Literally, like I'm not joking. They jumped out of a trash can. It was the cringiest thing I've ever saw. I was like, no. And he was like, don't hang out with Anthony. Anthony's like the losiest loser ever. Like he plays the worst games. I'm like, okay, fine. So if I say yes to the cool kids, then what are you guys gonna do? Like, and he's like, we're just gonna go annoy that Anthony's mom, and I'm like, first of all, no, we're not gonna go annoy Anthony's mom. And I don't want to hang out with the cool kids because I'm already hanging out with the cool kids, my friends. And then he goes like, well, you're a loser then. And then I'm like, listen up, you dog water, bald, Caillou looking garbage can. Don't call me or my friends trash, like, or bad, or like idiots. Like, you're the idiots. Like, you're hanging out with the weirdest kids on the block. Like, oh my, like, come on now. And then his brother, like, pulls up on me, and he's like, hey, talking trash to my brother? And I'm like, yeah, your brother was just here calling it my friend's mama Karen. And then he was like, well, she is. And I was like, oh, listen here, Caillou looking, no football playing, blind looking, always wearing black glasses. Like he was so sus. He was always wearing a hoodie. And like I've seen him on the football team, but he's never actually playing. He just wears the jersey and he's never playing. He's just always sitting there. No pads, no nothing. He's just sitting there, just watching the game. So he goes like don't call me or my brother weird. Like the same thing I said. And I'm like, no, because you're dissing my friends. And then he's like, well, your friends are trash. So I'm like just trying to walk away. So I just walk away, like go back to my friends. And I'm like, you guys know that you guys are getting kind of bullied? And they're like, yeah, we know. And then I'm like, you guys don't have like a defense or something? And then he goes like, our mom says to stay away from them. And I'm like, you guys can't just take this. I mean, come on now. You guys can't just take this. And he's like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna defend you guys because you guys should listen to your mom and stuff like that. So so the kids come over and then they're like, The older brother stoops down to the lowest level you could possibly stoop down to. He is telling little kids to stay away from us. Like, and then Landon decides to actually, like, he has the audacity to go to my friend and go like, we're just Anthony, I was just trying to be friends with you again, but like I was just trying to be friends with you. And I was like, shut up, man. Like, if you're trying to be friends with him, why are you calling his mom a Karen and stuff like that? And he's like, cause she is. And I'm like, you know what, just shut up. Like, and like, listen, you last paper, ripped up paper, bald, 2 foot looking paperweight. I don't know. Like his brother, so Landon's like the dog water kid, and his brother is just like one of those bystanders. He's just like, should I hop in now or like no? Like he's the weirdest. So I'm like sitting here defending my friends, and then the kid looks like I'm like. So me and my friends walk by, and I'm like, that kid is like Anthony's brother is so bad, and he goes like, what did you say? Come say it to my face. I'm like, all right, bet, come down. So I look him dead in the eye and I'm like, you and your brother and your two little weird friends are dog, rice, garbage, trash. Like, you guys look like Caillou. Like, your brother looks like Caillou. You look like Caillou's parents. Like, actually, just be quiet. All right, guys, we're just gonna pause it here. Make a part two. I see you guys. See ya.